It's showtime at Homestead, Miami.
Andre Baranowskis at the line, steals it in the Indy 250.
Morgan to Baxter's in trouble, and they go. Gordon to the wall, jumps right around.
Side by side on the final lap, coming to the checkered flag.
Steve Morgan, the last lap pass, and the victory in Las Vegas.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 15 in season number 4 of the NOFSRL Herr's Dash Series, coming off that exciting Indianapolis 250 a couple days ago. Pretty quick turnaround for a couple of these guys as we race the 15th race of the season here from the Michigan International Speedway, the Michigan 150. Should be an interesting one here, especially considering who's starting on the pole, all things considered, from Sunday's race. But I'm turning alongside Jonathan Logan, and in this season so far in the Herr's Dash Series, Eric Monaco has dominated. The only driver with multiple wins he's gotten 4 this season. He starts 7th in this race. Do you think he might go to victory lane here today in this 15-lap race?
Him being domino season, it's a holiday. I think that's the possible outcome that we might see during this race.
We'll have to see what he can do. They're starting from the 7th position. Of course, Mason Brown has gained on him just slightly the past few races. He's 46 points behind coming into this race, and Brown's not too far behind. Of course, Brown won at the Auto Club Speedway, one of the other 2-mile racetracks we've gone to this season, so we'll have to see what he can do in this one. Silas Ortiz, 67 points behind. He still has a shot. Then Nathan Baird, our last winner, 76 points behind. But the guy everyone's talking about here in the NOFSRL right now, Nicholas Samadeo, 100 points behind. Starting on the pole for this race here from the Michigan International Speedway. Let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off. It's the first time I'm ever using the 2017 version of Michigan, the non-original version of Michigan. So we're going to have to see how this whole thing works out. We plan on using this racetrack later on in August for the NOFSRL 500 and the Chick-fil-A Cup Series and the Turkey Hill Series race, the Nutrien 250. So we're definitely excited to see how this plays out here. It's only 15 laps, so it's not much time for these guys to make moves, but it should be an interesting one here today. Nicholas Samadeo on the pole in number 97. Alongside him, it's Marty Johnson in the number 52. Edwin Mendez and Alex in row number 2. Ethan Lewis and Justin Zidell make up row number 3. Then you got the 56 of Eric Monaco, the dominant guy this season, alongside Nathan Stapleton in the number 4. And it's Noah Clifton in the 2 alongside the number 18 of Mason Brown, who that's actually Owen Miles. All the KBM trucks there, they all look alike. That's actually Owen Miles. Mason Brown starting in the 12th position alongside Mike Thompson in row number 6. But either way, Jonathan, how do you think this race is going to play out here? The first time we've used this version of Michigan on Napa Fan, do you think it's going to be a pretty good race here today?
I see good racing coming from this. These guys have to adjust only 15 laps here, so they're going to be giving it all that they can.
They definitely will be. Going to be interesting. I have a feeling it might play out a little bit similarly to Texas World that we had a couple weeks ago, but who knows how it's all going to play out. You got Eric Monaco starting inside the top 10 when he win his 5th race of the year. We'll have to see. We're green flag racing in the Michigan 150 at the Michigan International Speedway. Marty Johnson on the outside lane. A good run up top. Alexander Rowe to his outside, but Samadeo in the 97 going to try to work the inside lane. Clifton way down low. He's got Mike Thompson there on that inside lane. Of course, Keegan Thompson won his first ever race on Napa Fan on Saturday with the Freedom 50. And I'll have to see if Mike can get something to work here, but it does appear that inside lane is not where you want to be. Look at how far back the number 2 of Noah Clifton fell trying to work that inside lane. Marty Johnson will lead lap number 1 here at Michigan. The outside lane seems to be the dominant lane here at Michigan.
As you can see, they're 4 wide back there, but yeah, as you said, they prefer that top lane here. And this track it's a bit different than most. As they have contact back in the pack.
Those Zidell and Stapleton, but they kept it together. Good job out of these drivers.
With this track, it's a lot different than other tracks. You have the front straightaway is a complete turn, while the back straightaway is entirely straight. So how do you think setup goes into playing at these races?
It definitely does. I think this is the kind of place where if you have a fast car on just single car speed, you're going to have a good run. And when you get a place like this, of course, with these high downforce trucks, odds are those stronger trucks are going to be going to the top, like Eric Monaco in the number 56. There he is to the inside of Edwin Mendez as Sam Adio, trying to win 2 races in 3 days to the inside of Alexander Rowe. And I hope you're not upset about me giving away what happened in the Indy 250, Jonathan, but Nicholas Samadio, fresh off that Indy 250 victory on Saturday, or should I say on Sunday, because we did the race on Sunday this year, looking to win back-to-back races and his 17th career Napa fan win here in the Herr's Dash Series at Michigan. But he's in a tussle with Alexander Rowe. These two guys have pulled out, and they got to be careful to not let Eric Monaco close up to him there, as Alexander Rowe takes the race lead away. Sam Adio fell back a little bit into the clutches of Monaco there, and Monaco might have a run on the 97.
Monaco, as you said, he's been one of the most dominant trucks this season. He's looking to get up front, and when the Alexander Rowe and Nicholas Samadio were fighting for the lead, it was just giving him a chance to get up there. And as I say that, here he comes to the lead.
Very strong run on the inside lane right there on Alexander Rowe. He had all the speed on the inside when he got around Sam Adio. Dan Park, though, is up here. The Atlanta winner hasn't been the best of seasons for him here in the Herr's Dash Series. But here he is in second right behind Eric Monaco. Noah Clifton and Ethan Lewis now moving to the inside of Alexander Rowe. And you got Mike Thompson and Marty Johnson trying to work back on the inside lane. Justin Seidel and Matt Dalio. Sam Adio way up the racetrack there off of turn number 4. And I will say, once we get to the Chick-fil-A Cup Series race weekend in August, we're going to change out the camera file. I do not like this camera file whatsoever, but we'll just switch it out to the original Michigan camera file, which is something that we're all used to when you can actually get pretty good camera angles. And it does appear that we did have a wreck on the racetrack. Christian Master, the Texas World winner, involved in an accident. It looks like Derek Hemmel might have gotten a piece of it as well. And it does appear that this occurred down the backstretch here at Michigan. Lap 6 of 15, we are under caution, and Eric Monaco is leading this field. For reference, Mason Brown, who has been slowly eating away at the points lead, has fallen quite a ways through the field in this one, currently in the 25th position. Not the best of runs right now for Mason Brown. Still a long race left to go. And these guys are definitely going to have an opportunity to possibly get around Monaco, especially considering the way these guys have gotten in that outside lane. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the day here in the Michigan 150 in the Herr's Dash Series. And this is off of turn number 2. Christian Master just slides up into Austin Colano. And Master couldn't steer anymore when the 6 got into him there, and around he went. Derek Hamill has nowhere to go, gets into the number 6 of Austin Colano, and then gets into Andrew Williams just a little bit, and Williams goes around in the 44 machine. The good thing about this racetrack, there is a lot of space to slide around down the backstretch. The wall is quite a ways inside the racetrack, so they didn't need to use that room anyway, as Derek Campbell just went spinning around a little bit there. And so did Andrew Williams. Could have been a lot worse there down the backstretch, but tough break there for Christian Master, who, like I mentioned, won at Texas World. In one of the other 2-mile racetracks we've gone to this season. I don't think he's going to win this one here today.
As you can see, Christian Master I probably got tight going in the turn and then just collected the 6 of Austin Colano, and that just sent everybody else spiraling out of control. It's a surprised that nobody else in that little pack got involved with that.
They did do a pretty good job avoiding that wreck, thankfully. But I don't know if they're going to do a good job getting around Eric Monaco in this race. He went right to the race lead, and we saw it when he took the lead away from Nicholas Samadio. He just had 10 miles per hour faster speed than the 97 there. That 56 is set up very well, as it has been all season, looking for his 5th win of the year. I don't believe a driver has ever won 5 races in a season on Napa Fan. Obviously, this is a bit of a different series with the ratings in play, but Monaco looking to do that here in the Herr's Dash Series today at Michigan. Let's see what he does on the restart in the Michigan 150. Eric Monaco will lead us to the restart here in the Michigan 150 in the Herr's Dash Series, and he's put on a clinic this season, looking to put on a clinic here in Michigan. But Dan Park, Ethan Lewis, Alexander Rowe, Noah Clifton all want to have a different outcome in this race. Marty Johnson there in 6th. Mike Thompson, Edwin Mendez, Justin Zeidel, and Nicholas Samadillo fell back there as he got around, or got passed by Eric Monaco there a couple laps before the caution flag. We're going to have 6 laps to go when we restart here at Michigan, one of the shorter races of the season. Green flag's back in the air for Monaco. Let's see if he can win this race.
Eric Monaco's now going to have that the number, I believe, 9 of Dan Park to worry about, because both of them seemed pretty even on the green flag run we did have.
We're going to have to see what Dan Park can do here in the number 9. Will he have a shot on Monaco? If Monaco gets shoveled to that outside lane, it could really get interesting. Could lose quite a bit of positions. We saw that happen to Nicholas Samadillo. He got shuffled out of line, and he lost a ton of ground. And even though Monaco has one of the stronger race trucks, it's possible that could happen to him. And there he goes to the outside. Dan Park with a great pass to the inside for the race lead. But here comes Ethan Lewis and Alexander Rowe. Monaco's going to fall back, and you see how much speed they have in that inside lane coming off of turn number 4.
Yeah, as you can see, they want to try to run closer to the middle, because if they get too high, it's going to cause them to fall back, as you saw with Eric Monaco.
And Monaco is now being passed by Nicholas Samadillo. The driver he passed not too long before the caution came out. Here's Matt Dallio as well in number 40. Great run for him in this race, and he's top 10 in points. I don't really think he's going to have a shot at the championship, but a good run for him right now. Mike Thompson, Dan Park getting a little bit loose there off of turn 4. But Ethan Lewis in the number 20 looking for his first career Napa fan win. Has 4 laps to do it here in Michigan. We'll have to see if he can do it. But look at this, 4 wide back in the pack. Stapleton, Johnson, Dallio, and Thompson. This could be trouble, especially with Monaco in the middle of all this. My goodness, that's close right there off of turn 2.
As the race winds down, they're going to get more desperate for position. And as you can see, that's what they're doing in the turn. Getting 4 wide, almost 5.
Mason Brown in the 18. I don't think he's going to close in on Eric Monaco, but Monaco is slipping up in this race.
Alexander Rowe to the front now.
And Rowe has gotten around Ethan Lewis for the top position. Mendez also getting around the 20 as well, as we got 3 laps to go. We're focusing on that 4 wide, make sure they don't wreck. Monaco has cleared it, but they are still a mess back in here. They've done a good job so far, only 1 wreck in this race, but there's the second one. Samadillo's around, and Dallio's around as well. This is going to end the race right here. And for the race lead, Edwin Mendez in the 7, Alexander Rowe in the number 3. Who's going to get it done here in Michigan? Looks like Alexander Rowe's going to get his 3rd win of the year. In the Her's Dash Series, it's going to be Rowe winning the race back to the line, and as long as he does not have an issue in the final 2 laps, he will go to victory lane here in the Her's Dash Series at Michigan. Colano all torn up in the 6. Mike Thompson in the 28 with damage. I think Kukulon might have gotten caught up. Scott Upton, Derek Hamill, but Matt Dallio and Nicholas Samadillo, a couple of the longest running drivers on Napa Fan, getting involved in this accident. Mason Brown with damage as well. And Monaco, even though he didn't win the race, he's still going to win out quite a bit, as he got a top 6 run in this one here today, and he will definitely pull away from Mason Brown in the championship standings.
It's a tough break for some of these guys in the field, because I assume some of them wanted to run the entire race, but also tough break for the guys that probably won't be able to finish the race due to that wreck.
Alexander Rowe. Looks like he's going to come over for the race victory, and Nicholas Samadillo, who was one of the dominant guys earlier on in this race, ended up getting caught up in this one. A wild race here in Michigan. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the second and final caution of the day in the Michigan 150. We're going to see right here, it's Nicholas Samadillo and Matt Daly who get too close to each other. That's really ironic, because both of these guys are a couple of the most experienced guys on Napa Fan, and they just got too close to each other. Of course, like I mentioned, the first time we've used this track, and obviously the racing is a lot different than what these guys are used to in Michigan. Joey Hightower ran right into Dallio, then Thompson got hit back in there. Dallio ended up going upside down because of that hit. Mason Brown, I think he rear-ended Scott Upton, who then got into Zach Winkle. And Brett Ciro went around in the 19 as well. So did Ryan Durrani, Nathan Faden in the 23. And then there's Derek Hamill. And Austin Colano comes right in on him there and plummets the 68. Tough break there for Colano. He had a tough day here in Michigan. And then also 34 Parker Smith, I think, got a piece of that one as well. But Matt Dalio, what a tough way to end this race for him. Upside down and on fire in the number 40.
See, Nicholas Samadio just came up on the number 40 of Matt Dalio, and that just caused everybody to spiral out of control from there.
And Dalio getting hit there, I think it was by Brett Sierra, and not the way these guys went in the race. And that was a hard hit right there between Colano and Hamill.
Pretty crazy ride for most of these guys, especially Matt Dalio.
And Thompson ended up coming in there on Colano at the end. They just kept on wrecking. We're going to have a lot to figure out before we come here in August with the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, I'll say that much. But Alexander Rowe, he might have something up his sleeve once we get to that race. And more than likely, Alexander Rowe's going to be a chase driver once we get to the chase later on in the year over in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. It'll be Rowe's third win of the year on Napa Fan, as long as nothing happens on this final lap. Let's also go ahead and see the pass for the race lead that we actually happened to miss when Alexander Rowe got to the inside of Ethan Lewis. Last pass for the race lead, and Alexander Rowe had a great run on Ethan Lewis entering turn number 2. And that's all she wrote. Alexander Rowe going to take the white flag. Let's see if he wins the race. Coming to the checkered flag here at the Michigan International Speedway. It will, in fact, be Alexander Rowe going to victory lane here at Michigan. It's been a solid season for Rowe over in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Maybe not as good here in the Herr's Dash Series, but he'll get a race victory here at the Michigan International Speedway, driving the number 3. Edwin Mendez, Marty Johnson, Dan Park, Ethan Lewis, Eric Monaco, Nathan Baird, Nathan Stapleton, Noah Clifton, and Josh Williamson, the top 10. And a lot of guys getting knocked out in this one. Brett Sierra in the number 19. Parker Smith, Nathan Faden, Joey Hightower all got involved in an accident. Same with Mike Thompson, Colano, Dalio, Mason Brown, Logan Williams, Scott Upton, and Derek Hamilmaster involved in an earlier accident. Like I said, we're going to mess with the track a little bit more, hopefully get some better racing, not as wild racing per se when we get to the NOFSRL 500 later on in the year. But Jonathan, very interesting race here. And it's interesting to see how Monaco raced this race and how he's going to pull away in the championship. Do you think Monaco's pretty much got this championship sealed with 5 races left?
Given how strong that truck has been all season and how strong he was during this race, I see him going on to win that championship.
We're just going to have to see. Tomorrow, we're going to be racing at Kansas. We have a 20-lap race there, and again, the Kansas Weekend Turkey Hill Series is going to be there on Thursday, Cup Series on Saturday, while IndyCar is at Lime Rock on Friday, so you got 5 straight days of racing here on Napa Fan. I just can't stop, apparently. It's been a busy couple of weeks for me, but once the Junior Johnson Memorial Shootout is done, then it kind of calms down a little bit again. But either way, we thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Alex and Rowe, and thanks to Jonathan Logan for joining me here, 11:30 at night. I don't really have any other time to do this, so here you go. Congratulations, Alex in a row. Here are the points for the Herr's Dash Series after 15 races, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Kansas race here in the Herr's Dash Series. I will see you guys later.